In this video, we're going to talk about liability, what you as a technician and your company face in liability when you perform work at any business or residence. In all my years of working in HVAC, I have been called to go to court 2 times in my experience. The one time I was called to court was over a noise issue. A homeowner had called the sheriff's department on their neighbor because they had a heat pump that the homeowner felt was too loud and was complaining about it. So the homeowner had the sheriff's department come out and take decibel readings on the heat pump and took the neighbor to court over the noise of the heat pump. So the sheriff's deputy came out and took some decibel readings with a decibel meter that he had, and we went to court. And I was called as a professional witness to testify on behalf of the heat pump and the manufacturer and the decibel rating that it was rated at. And before I got to the stand, the judge called the sheriff's deputy. And the sheriff's deputy proceeded to talk about the decibel readings that he took, which were above the standard for the community. So the judge asked the sheriff, "What kind of training have you had using a decibel meter?" And the deputy said, "Well, he read the little pamphlet that came with the decibel meter." So the judge banged his gavel on the board and he said, "Case dismissed." He said, "That's not enough professionalism to even listen to this case." And so at that point, he threw the case out, and I didn't even get to testify. Another time, when I worked for a major manufacturer in Phoenix, Arizona, I was called to a job site where a homeowner was quite upset over his unit. And when I got out of my car, the homeowner came bounding across his lawn and across the street. He walked right up to me and got in my face, and he said, "I'm going to kick your ass across the street." And I said, "Well, you can try," but I said, "I'm not going to get into a fight over this." I said, "I'm here to resolve your issue, and if you would give me an opportunity to take a look at your unit and see what we can do to help you, I'll be glad to. But if you're looking for a fight, I'll just get in my car and head back to my office." To which the homeowner calmed down and said, "Okay, you can take a look at my unit and see what you can do for me." And we got it resolved without having to go to court or getting any lawyers involved. A big revelation for me in my career in HVAC was when I realized that a computer is nothing more than just a big file cabinet. And when I started keeping notes and all the documents on all the cases that I had, this is when I realized what kind of advantage you can have by using your computer and keeping every shred of evidence that you have of a job, that when it goes south, you have all the evidence and the documents to back up what you have been doing on that particular job. And in many cases, it can save you from having to get involved with lawyers and going to court, because you have the documentation to show what you or your company has done to try to resolve the homeowner's issue. So you can use your computer and the filing system on it to set up your own system and keep files on all your jobs that you do, and keep your notes and pictures and videos and everything that you have on that job in that file. Or there are programs that you can subscribe to where you can use their program to keep track of your jobs. One of those programs that we use at Arevco is XOi. So on our XOi cases that we keep at Arevco Ferguson, the first thing that we do when we get a phone call on a particular job is we get the serial number of the unit. This serial number stays with this file and is the main reference number for this job. So anytime that you call into Arevco, whether you talk with me or any of the other service managers, by giving the serial number of the unit you're working on to to the service manager you're talking to, he can punch in that serial number to our XOi base and bring up all the notes that have been accumulated on that job. So no matter who you talk to, there is a case that will be completed for that particular job. And if you ever need to get the notes or what has been done for that particular job, it is here in the XOi case. So the model and serial number is very critical. And then we can put job tags to tag the serial number, the company that's working on it, where it's located, the job name, or whatever other tags that we want to attach to this particular job. Then in the XOi case, we have a number of areas where we can put other tags for the workflow, and we can add in notes and type notes for the call, the information that you as a technician has given us, pressures, temperatures, all the data that we need. If you supply us with service tickets, we can download those into the XOi case. And so everything is kept inside this case and is available if it needs to be used. Another great feature of the XOi program is that we can add content. We can add pictures, we can add PDF documents. So anything that we have that is related to this job, we can add into the XOi case. And so it is basically in a file folder that when we bring up that serial number, we'll have all of this information available to us in the case itself. Another good feature of the XOi program is the Vision Live recording. This is where we can call a technician on a job site, and it's like FaceTime, where we are actually on the job site with the technician looking at the unit or the problem that he's facing through his cell phone. So we can have this Vision Live recording that will also be added to the XOi case. So if there's ever any question of what went on or what happened or what work was done to resolve the issue, we have the evidence in a live recording on the job site with the technician while he's talking to the service manager from a Revco. So why am I sharing all this with you today on this video? Well, I learned early in my HVAC career that one of the major things that you need to do as a technician is cover your behind. Make sure that you keep records of everything that you do on a job, what you do to resolve issues, what the problems are, that you have dates and times, and you have documentation of everything that you've done. Many times at a Revco, we get calls from homeowners that say they've had a problem since day one, and they want us to replace a unit or give them extended warranty or do something for them because they've had a problem with their unit from day one. The problem is there's no record of a problem. A year or 2 years or 3 years down the road, we hear from the homeowner that says, well, this unit's been noisy ever since the contractor installed it. But there's no documentation, there's no service tickets, there's no history. And so there's really nothing we can do. But if problems are recorded and files are kept and a problem arises, then we can possibly help a homeowner and take care of the situation for them. So keeping records, keeping files, and making sure that you document all the problems and the issues that you have with the system will aid in taking care of those problems down the road. So make sure that you cover your behind as you work in the field, and make sure that if there ever is a lawyer that's involved or a court case that's involved, it'll be very short because you have all the documentation to show what you and your company have done to resolve the issue for the homeowner.
Go to arefco.com for more videos, like, subscribe, and check back every week for new videos.